Then there's Draymond.
Hey.
It's coming to the facility in the next few days to ramp up. And we'll see if Adam Silver lifts his suspension. But he could be back by the end of the month. Monty Poole last night on Warriors pre- and post-game live was saying that it could be a few weeks before he's back. But he's going to be back.
Can we have I want to have just a quick conversation on this because we clearly aren't seeing eye to eye, and it's okay. This is what sports fans argue all the time at the bar stools or, in the living room or on text messages with your buds or while you're playing video games. Like, I have a theory as a coach. I don't scream and yell and challenge people who I don't think either can accept the challenge or are really, 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 really bad.
Knowing your personnel.
Yeah, right?
You gotta know your personnel.
You coach to the talent level, right? I don't judge Steph Curry through the prism of all the other guys. I judge him through the Kobe lens, through the Michael Jordan lens, through the LeBron James lens. And now, like someone like Jokic, for example, a contemporary of his. Though I believe that Steph's stature is higher than Jokic's. Right now, Jokic is on top of the world. 2-time MVP, just won the championship. And I'm watching those guys late in games. And we judge them differently. And I expect them, especially in basketball more than any other, like, take over a little. I'm not saying you got to be the one that scores every time and you got to go 1-on-5. That's not what I'm saying. But, like, you have 6 minutes to go in that game. They lost that game for a variety of reasons. It was a potpourri of poo-poo. I mean, that's what they did yesterday. A poo-poo platter. It was garbage. And Steph Curry played a big part of that, and that's okay. He's a legend. He's minted. I wanted more from him.
Well, so I'm looking at a play right now. They're up 123-107. This is when Denver's starting their comeback.
Okay.
And I'm replaying it on my phone.
Yeah.
Curry sets up the offense. He gives Wiggins the post up. Wiggins with a terrible post up on Jamal Murray. Murray pushes him to the 3-point line.
And Murray had 4 or 5 fouls.
4 or 5 fouls.
Yeah.
They double Wiggins.
Yes.
Jokic, for whatever reason. He finds Clay. Shot clock's running down. Clay's got to lean in off the backboard, throw one up. Looney grabs the offensive rebound. He misses a bunny. And then there's 6 seconds left on the shot clock. And nobody's moving. Everybody's standing around, so Curry has to jack up a 3 over Aaron Gordon.
Yes.
Again, nobody's moving.
But it was a fadeaway. Like, I don't even know what that shot was.
Well, it was in front of the Denver Nuggets bench, but again, there's 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Nobody's moving. What are you going to do? It's Aaron Gordon, who's a very good defender. Very good defender. What are you going to do? That's one possession right there. One possession right there. No, by the way, Aaron Gordon offensive rebound, gets fouled by Looney, hits the 2 free throws. Now they're down. Now they're up 123-109. We'll get to the next few possessions here. But I hear you. And I'm seeing people text on the chat line, Curry's not a superstar. Curry's not a superstar.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
That's just stupidity.
They would have lost that game going away if Curry doesn't.
They would have lost by 20.
Yeah, no. But all I'm saying is, look, I count. This is me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 possessions where either the ball was in his hands or he had a determining, factor in them not scoring buckets. When you have a drought where you score 4 points over like a 7 or 8 minute drought, I'm expecting my Super Bowl. Get me a bucket.
I hear you.
And all I'm saying, and that turnover, I don't even think that was a bad turnover.
That was a terrible turnover.
I don't even know if that was the worst sequence for Curry in that 7 minutes.
That was the worst sequence.
You think so?
That definitely was the worst sequence.
CP3 is open up top. And I don't know if you heard Shaq and Charles Barkley arguing about who shoots a better 3-point percentage, but like, this is what I always say in those situations. Make the easy pass. Why are you trying to hit the grand slam? It's late in the game. They're blitzing you in that situation. The one-arm throw across court, like that's a desperation play. Credit Jamal Murray for playing that. He came stunting up like he was coming up on CP3 and then faded back and baited him right into that play. So it's a great play by Murray.
So 123-109. Curry gets a switch on the Jokic, shoots a mid-range jumper. He bricks it. And that was a good look. Missed shots happen. Next possession. Klay Thompson, for whatever reason, gets lost in the sauce. Yeah. Aaron Gordon's wide open on the 3-point line. Bam. Nails it. Now you're up 11. Because Klay steps up on Jamal Murray when he's driving past Wiggins. He steps up just a little bit. Murray reads it. Passes to Aaron Gordon on the 3-point line. Boom. 3. Gordon's wide open. You have a defensive breakdown. But this is what happens. When you foul and you send the Nuggets to the free throw 100%. Line, what does it do? Number 1, it stops the clock. Number 2, allows the Denver Nuggets to set their defense.
100%.
Number 3, okay, we can blitz Steph now in the half court. We can make this difficult on Steph Curry in the half court. So it's a combination of things where, and I hear you. You want your superstar to take over.
Just get a bucket.
I get it. I hear you. You want to get a bucket.
They needed a bucket
at the same
so
time,
bad.
They did. But when you have a set and Steph Curry, I'm not exonerating him. The turnover was egregious. The turnover was all-time bad. That's not what lost the game. No, it was all-time bad. But I can't put the last 6 minutes on just Steph Curry. I'm looking at the lineup. I'm looking at the movement. I'm looking at the cutting.
Yes.
I'm looking at the lack of cutting. I'm looking at the lack of ball handlers out there. I'm looking at the fouling. I'm looking at everything. It was just a nightmare in the last.
Well, no, I thought the last turnover by Curry, it was emblematic of everything that's been wrong with them all year. Number one guy, superstar, who feels like he's being blitzed by the opponent and there's nobody else as a clear-cut number two to throw to. Two guys playing alongside each other who look like they've never played alongside each other in the closing minutes in Sarge and Clay. You watch Clay. Watch Clay at the beginning of that possession when they clear that rebound. Clay's pointing at Sarge. You go over there. And then Sarge's like, no, you go over there. It's like, Doc, one of you got to get out of the way. And instead, two guys are in the corner and the spacing's not good. And then you've got the pumpkin man, Andrew Wiggins, 7,000 feet away from Steph Curry. And instead of making the easy pass to CP3, they're throwing it over to Wiggins. It's just it was a metaphor of everything that's gone wrong this year.
So 123, 112. Pajimski's at the top of the key. Jamal Murray's in front of him.
Oh, was this the one, the shot clock violation?
Passes to Clay. Back to Pajimski. Pajimski's dribbling.
No one's moving.
They get to him. Nobody's moving. Curry, KCP's on Curry. Wiggins back to Pods. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second. And Gordon just stuffs Pajimski in his face. 123, 112. Terrible possession.
That was
now there's 4:41 left.
They had multiple shot clock violations in the final 15 minutes of that game.
So again, that's a possession where Curry doesn't even touch the basketball.
Yeah.
Let's go to Alex in Atlanta.
CP3 had a bad 3-point miss too.
Alex in Atlanta, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Man, gentlemen, I would hate to say anything else, but I mean, I'm not surprised by this anymore. And that's probably the worst thing to wake up to this morning is I'm not surprised they blew that lead last night. You know, I'm watching the game, and one of the things that was working so well for them in the third quarter is when they got away from 3-guard lineups. They put 2 forwards on the floor. Granted, it was, they had Saric at the 4, TJD at the 5, but they went with a more traditional backcourt approach. They only had 2 guards on the floor. The spacing looked better. The ball movement looked better. The ability to attack the basket, so the scoring versatility looked better. And it helped them open up that 20-point lead at one point in the third quarter. And then all of a sudden, in the fourth quarter, inexplicably, they completely go away from what was working. They roll back out a 3-guard lineup to start the fourth. They start Kevon Looney in the fourth, who I love Kevon Looney. I think he's a workhorse for this team. But he couldn't guard a parked car in the fourth quarter last night. He was getting destroyed in the post. And then because you have a 3-guard lineup on the floor, Aaron Gordon outscored Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Andrew Wiggins combined in the fourth quarter last night.
Wow.
He was feasting in the post. He was getting to the line because he was constantly in a position where he had a mismatch.
Yeah.
And so a lot of this blame does go to Steve Kerr. I'm not going to try to defend the Curry pass last night that led to the turnover, but that was only his second turnover of the game in 35 minutes of play.
I know. I'm not mad at Curry.
So it's not like he was constantly giving the ball away.
Yeah. I'm not mad at Curry's performance last night. Overall, I thought
I'm not mad at Curry's performance overall at all. But, I mean, the last thing I'll say, guys, is everybody seems to be thinking, things are going to get better when Draymond comes back. I don't think people realize that since Draymond's been gone, the team is turning the ball over less. They're fouling less. They're getting more assists per game. And they do have a winning record right now without Draymond. They should be 7-4. They're 6-5.
But Alex,
a lot of the little things that weren't working well are working better now with Draymond not here.
And the splits are basically identical with and without Draymond off the floor. They give up about 4 more points defensively with Draymond off the floor or not playing. But overall, all the other categories are basically the same.
Yeah, but Bonte, did you know that coming out of last night's game, we might feel slightly a little bit better with Andrew Wiggins? Psychologically. I mean, I feel like that's where we're at. Honest to God, I feel like we are playing certain guys in certain spots so that they feel good about themselves.
Well, Steve Kerr said a couple weeks ago that it's not about feelings. He needs to play the best guys.
Oh, is it?
That's what Steve Kerr said.
Well, my eyeballs are telling me something else.
You reap what you sow, brother.
Am I tripping on that? Because that's what I feel like when I'm watching. It's like, kumbaya. We got to feel good about ourselves because we have to get back into the lineup.
Well, then why the hell was Looney playing?
I don't know. If I was paying $150 million.
If we're feeling about feelings, then why isn't Moses Moody playing? He's like a young Looney. He's got a veteran's presence about him.
Like
and now he's racking up DMPs.
Well, you mean a rookie loony who didn't play?
This segment is sponsored by Go to State Lumber, serving the Bay Area for 3 generations. When you succeed, we succeed. Visit GoToStateLumber.com. So what I'm doing on my phone is I'm just peeling the onion. I'm listening to you, and I'm listening to the
I watch back every possession, and it's worse each time you watch it back.
Well,
how little movement was there?
Well, so, again, that's why I'm telling you. That's why it's hard for me to say Curry only didn't do anything. He needs to take over. So 123, 114. The Nuggets have now cut it to single digits. Mm-hmm. They've now cut it to single digits after being down 18. 18. Again, the Nuggets in the game on a 25-4 run. So Curry gets the ball from Pajitsky, comes off a screen. KCP's trailing. Yeah. Jokic steps up. He gets doubled. Makes a sweet pass cross court to Andrew Wiggins. He's on the 3-point line. Andrew Wiggins hoists up a 3.
Oh, was this? Oh, keep going.
12 seconds left on the shot clock. Aaron Gordon closes out.
Yeah.
He bricks it. Rebound Denver. Jamal Murray high up off the ground over Pajitsky. And that's a lost possession.
They go down the other way. They miss a big 3. Nobody for the Warriors boxes.
Looney deflects the offensive rebound.
Yeah, but nobody's moving.
Deflects the rebound. Nobody's moving.
It goes out to...
gets the ball. Aaron Gordon, for some reason... Curry's on Aaron Gordon. He gets smashed.
And he shuffles his feet.
Right.
He shuffles his feet. It
was a walk.
It was a travel, even though I know I sound like I'm a whiner. He shuffles his feet, and they give the foul to Looney instead of Curry.
So Curry's matched up on Gordon. Jokic reads it. Post up on Curry. Boom. One dribble. Power dribble. Boom. You get the foul. You go to the line. Now you're down 7.
Right then and there, I was like, oh, this is not good.
Oh,
the boss, Matty Hegan, they cannot lose this game. I believe I texted him back. They are.
Well, I told Festus, you asked Festus Ezeli in the Gatehouse. Once they cut it to single digits, I said the Warriors are losing this game. Let's go to Nick in San Jose. Nick in San Jose, Doobie Award nominee for Rookie Roaster.
My dad at 9:30. Are you kidding me?
Nick in San Jose, what's happening?
Can you hear me?
Oh, I got you, Nick. How you doing? I'm not doing well this morning.
How are you doing?
I'm not doing well this morning, Nick. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm depressed. I'm angry. I'm pissed.
I want to tell you guys. I loved your Red Sox, Vontae, last night at the Gatehouse, and I just saw.
They weren't even red. Nick, you got to fix the color on your TV. They were Tony the Tiger Sox.
Oh man, I'm sorry, man.
No, you're all good.
Hey, speaking of that, I'm actually at peace after I saw Monty's body language because I knew I was going to hear your guys' voice today. And Butcher Boy, I'm so glad you're a Butcher dad now. I've been wanting to say this for 18 months, hearing you talk about all your coaching. You're going to be a great dad. And I got a boy.
Thank you.
Have him love sports, coach him, you'll love it. Now,
thank you.
As a coach myself, I'm so disappointed in Steve Kerr. I'm not asking him not to get extended, but these guys should know their roles by now, even with GB2 out and Draymond stuff. And it's so frustrating that they keep going back yesterday to Wiggins. I would rather see the young guys, JK not playing the whole fourth quarter. I mean, I know he floats sometimes defensively off the ball, but play the guys that give us energy. I got sick and tired of getting bully balled yesterday. We are so unathletic. We are so old right now. And here's my question to you guys. Draymond used to be a surplus and an additive of energy. He is a vampire now. He cost us the 2016 ring, the best year ever. He accelerated the departure of KD. He ruined last year with the punch of Poole, and he's ruined this year. We're going to bring him back. I don't want to see this guy running up the referees and flexing. He doesn't understand. He's sucking energy. So you guys, when he comes back, Myers says he's the fulcrum of the team. Kerr says we need him to win a title. I just don't want to see this anymore, man. We got a trade deadline coming up. What can we do to get rid of Green and Wiggins, man? And if he does come back, do you put him starting? What does that say to the young guys?
Nick, are we still a 43-win team?
I mean, if Draymond is back, we're between 40 and 45. But I don't even want to see that, bro. Dude. I want to see that, gentlemen.
What do you make of the fact that they're now 13 and 14 in games decided by 5 points or less?
Well, you're not a good team. That's what that.
We're a 43-win team, dude.